So, we all know that NBA YoungBoy got arrested. The judge is charging him for his part in the shooting that happened down in Miami with the Rolling Loud event that would take place. To recap, before I actually say why he got arrested anyways. Now, he would be down in Miami, rolling event. We do know that there would be a shooting that occurred and broke out with him being the target, or allegedly being the target. Even though we would hear a story about it would be between two other people. So that part just doesn't add up, especially with today's standards, with how quick a lot of people have phones nowadays with cameras on them. You have surveillance around everywhere. Now, yes, several innocent people did get hurt. One of them got killed. One of them got injured. You know, bullets, they can stray off. It also depends on how you hold the gun and if you're a good shot as well. Things can also bounce off. Anybody that has experience with firearms know what I'm talking about. We would know the story that his security returned fire chasing down somebody involved killing the shooter. If that was the case, why ain't we seeing the pictures or footage, not just of his security or an arrest of his security, but the body of the person who did the shooting but who got killed by security? To me, that's not the story. You know, one thing I've been known to talk about on this channel is that you don't know what somebody's motivation is. You don't know what somebody's motivation is. Alright? You do not know what somebody's motivation is. Just because you're around somebody, you may be with them or friends with them, but you don't know what goes on up here and what they're planning. NBA YoungBoy got targeted and got arrested. His actions from social media, the trouble he's been in, you have to stay out of trouble. There's a lot of things that you can't do if you're on probation. And the system has access now to a lot of social media stuff without your knowledge. I have been known to do some shit when I was in my younger 20s, when whatever social media was around at the time wasn't very much options. And I would get called out on something when I was on probation. I would get warning strikes. When you post on social media, right, even if you're not on probation, let's say tax season is coming around, you post some things, but you're claiming to be broke, the IRS can see what you're doing and what you post and the numbers that you're doing or receiving and spending and say, okay, well, it seems this, that, and a third, so it's obviously you're not going to receive anything back type of deal. Keep that in mind. Now, again, Florida people and people from Louisiana, they don't get along with each other for some reason. At first, I wanted to believe the case was that, okay, it's Rolling Loud, it's down here in the South from this year. Those two different types from Florida to Louisiana, yeah, they've been known not to get along with each other. However, that may not now be the case. NBA YoungBoy, I've done a video on this called NBA YoungBoy Funny Style, and I'm going to try to remember to link that video down in the description below. What I mean by that is, if you've been down here in the South, like I have, then you know the South Coast is the gay capital of the United States. Especially your two major states. One of them being Louisiana, where they hold a lot of the Pride marches and Mardi Gras for, people that like the same gender. NBA YoungBoy, there's been several pictures and video. Couple of videos, not so much, very little bit, but just enough to point out he'd rather be with his boyfriend. He has not just holding hands with the guy, but also him kissing on the guy and the guy kissing on him. Some say, okay, he left his ex-baby mama, the person he was prior with before, because of herpes. Been known to beat her. He's a woman beater. We see that. Do I think he caught the herpes from her? No. Because the time he was locked up, you could catch something like that in prison, in jail. Matter of fact, you can catch diseases just about anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's public or not. Because a lot of places, they don't clean, and you don't know if these people, how clean they are. So, we're always touching things with germs left behind. There's a good majority, if not that, he caught them from jail, from actually having a relation with somebody in prison. Louisiana, at the most, when it comes to their guys, they'd rather be around dudes and not women. So a good majority of them, the guys are going to want to be with their lovers or boyfriends. So he has a guy. NBA YoungBoy has a guy. It's obviously that he's portraying this tough guy image. We see what happened to Buck and how that ended out for him when that shit came out. It's only a matter of time till this happens to YoungBoy. We already seen how this affected Birdman and Wayne. There's no hiding that. There's no denying that. There's too much out there and too much things that point out what they were doing, especially what Birdman was doing to Wayne as a young child. You see Kevin Gates and NBA YoungBoy don't really seem to mess with each other anymore, talk to each other. Now, I do believe they have something going on, because you just don't tattoo another guy's face onto your body, especially somebody that's way younger than you. Reason why? Because they're bone smuggling buddies, butt buddies. So, what is the best way to get rid of a person so you can be with the person you actually want to be with undercover and ready for it to come on out? You're going to want to kill them. It's obvious that NBA YoungBoy paid money to somebody to say, hey, I need you to shoot this vehicle, but make sure you aim towards this person. Why is it that his girlfriend got hit and not him? Think about that for a second. Hear me out. Think about that. You're going to want to hire somebody to take somebody out so you can be with somebody else. Now, we know these type of cases, they're out there. They're very real. You always hear about cases like this on those crime shows. In movies, it's very realistic. You're going to have people that are going to want to pay money, a person to kill this person that you do not want to be with anymore, so you can go be with somebody else. And you're gonna pay them a certain amount of money. So if you want not to make it look suspect or suspicious, you're gonna want to be there while that person is supposed to be getting killed or killed. Alright, I want you to think about that for a second. His girlfriend was the target. He wants to not be with us so he can be with his lover, which is a guy. Now, it's obviously he hired somebody who don't know how to shoot for shit. Alright? He wasn't in a bulletproof whip. So, which leads into now. We're in a very advanced age with criminal technology advances, more studies, more training, more proper teaching, more experience, especially when it comes down to collecting evidence, detective work, that they arrest him for a reason. They found something to where he's involved with the shooting. I'm guarantee you, if anything, something's gonna come out that, he staged this to happen so he can kill his girlfriend. From that, the motive's going to be because he wants to be a somebody else. It's going to be a guy, NBA young boy. He's funny style like that, rainbow, if you will, unicorn. I think you guys get what I'm saying. Now, during that, your actions that you post and do when you're on probation, a lot of those antics and fights is part of violation as well. So they're going to count that in. Now your dumbass is going to get sit down. But a lot more is about to be with an investigation. So the question is, going to what I said, there's a reason why he got arrested. They just didn't arrest him because, oh, he's black, he's a rapper. No, don't play the race card. Don't play the rapper card. Don't play the conspiracy card. No. They just ain't going to arrest you for no unexpected reason. Not like it used to be. They're going to arrest you because there's a good chance, okay, they found something. Think about that. They found something. Right? They found something. Now, one thing that people may not always point out, in certain states, there's no self-defense laws. Florida, Alabama, right? No, Florida, Georgia, there's no self-defense laws, which means you can defend yourself. You can actually carry around open firearms. Now, in most cases like that, when there's a shooting involved and somebody dies, you do have to, you're going to get arrested. You're going to sit down for a minute because it was a murder, but you're not going to be gone that long. So they're going to let you out, especially really early, to the point where you don't get arrested as much is because you talked. I pointed stuff out like that in several videos about self-defense laws. So I am going to be linking those two videos also down in the description below this one so you guys can go check those out. With that being also said, if you're a felon and you're on probation, this is the tricky part right here because it's really a double-sided coin, a double-sided edged sword per se. You can't be around other people that are on probation, other felons, inmates when you're out. You can't be around a lot of abandoned places that have been shut down or known as trap houses. You can't be around anybody that owns guns. You can't be around during shootings. And it's small stuff like that that actually is a real thing, like real actual probation laws of violation. But if you're an entertainer and you have to have security, right? You want to get actual security. You just don't want to hire people off the damn block because that's going to mess you up. But being around actual security, even being around actual security can even mess you up with that of being on probation as well. But that ain't the thing that got him jammed up. They obviously found something. And and it's only a matter of time. Because again, it seems like his motivation was to get rid of the girl that he was with. Because out of all this, out of the story, out of the reports, out of certain documents, statements that are also being put out, and a bit of evidence being presented along with words, say, not just of the district attorney or the FBI, the lawyer, and the judge, for some reason, all this seems to be pointed at his girlfriend being the target. It's because he wants to go be with somebody else. And again, the best way to do that, the best wrong way to do that people think is the best way, is just go ahead and kill them off so you can be with who you want to be with. Again, we see this a lot of times in these crime shows and movies. So, out of that part, and the homeboy's gonna sit down for a very long time, just like Kodak Black. And I said in the last video, right, about Kodak, is Kodak going to fold? Is he going to talk? When he loses everything, is he going to talk? Same thing with Youngboy. I do strongly believe he is going to fold, because people like that, who play that type of tough boy, tough gangster type of act, bullshit, ignorant and rude. Again, I grew up around people like that. I don't know how many times I can express that, but I grew from a lot of things. I grew beyond people's expect standards of what they thought of me and how the shit I used to be. Again, I'm 29 years old. I got one more year before I'm 30. But people like them are the ones to definitely fold and to talk to save their ass once everything is gone. There's no such thing as keeping it real. There's no such thing as being a real G. Because the biggest hard people in the world like that are going to talk. Your biggest gangsters in the world are going to talk. They're going to talk to cops. How do you think mobsters got rid of their competition? Because they kept the cops in their pocket and they gave information to them. A good majority of actual snitches are in prison and in jail, more so in the outside world. And I guarantee you anything, NBA Youngboy's going to look and say, you know what? Yeah, his actions do mess up his business to where people ain't going to want to work with you, so you're not going to get paid. You're going to lose money. You're gonna have to sell things. You're gonna have to lose a lot of stuff. And again, once it hits him, like it will Kodak, and the young boy's gonna fucking talk, and he's gonna say, "Okay, this is the person that done it." He ain't about that lifestyle. I don't give a fuck. Some people say, "Well, he went to jail for murder, this and that." Look, I don't give a fuck if you went to. I don't care if you went to prison for jail for whatever. It don't mean shit to me. Alright? Yeah, I've been locked up before too, and I seen the same fucking shit. And again, I speak from shit that I actually fucking seen from experience. It don't mean shit to me. Were you the shooter? It's obviously that the hell you wasn't. And you did less time than what you were supposed to get. And it's obviously some shit got traced back to him to where, yeah, I'm saying it. He wanted to kill off this girl, because everything that points out to this seems to be pointed towards her, because he wants to go be with a guy. That's all there is to it. That is all there is to it. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or about it. But once he realizes, oh shit, I'm about to lose every damn thing, he's gonna fold. He's gonna damn near talk. They usually do. They all do. Yeah, they do. Think about it for a minute. Right? There's this old saying, why do 10 when you can give 5 to a friend? Because no matter what you do in life, everything can get traced back to you. I don't care what you involved in. Because money talks. But guess what? When the good majority of that money runs out, oh, I guarantee you, your dogs are only loyal as their last meal. And when you're not going to pay them, somebody's going to come eventually with something towards you, and that's going to get you more jammed up. I guarantee you it's also going to happen to Kodak, if not already, and it's about to happen to Youngboy. Again, they chose their actions. I spoke about that in a previous video. They chose their actions. There's no need to feel sorry for them. I certainly don't. But I'm letting you guys know. Think about it. If you watch this video, those that watch this video, think about what I'm saying. It makes sense. So with that being said, I'm out.